Hey, how's it going, guys? Mr. Boss for the win here, and in today's Red Dead Redemption 2 video, we're going to be uncovering a dark secret that you might not have known about from the bartender in the Bastille Saloon. So just to give you guys a little bit of background, the Bastille Saloon is the main bar in Saint Denis. This saloon is lavish, it's more popular and upmarket than the rundown and lower class competitor in the city, Doyle's Tavern. Its patrons are generally wealthy and well-to-do, and crime here is rare. Now, in addition to drinks and meals, it offers baths and rooms for the player to rent. It also has a poker table, which hosts a game that the players can join for free. And there's even a stranger in there, Lillian Powell, who can be found at this saloon making various demands. Now, you can go to this saloon anytime, but you first have to officially encounter it during the mission The Joys of Civilization, where Arthur and Dutch are looking for information on the whereabouts of Angelo Bronte. And they actually have to end up talking to the bartender. And this is the first time you have a genuine conversation with him.
Stick 'em up, cowboy.
Yeah, real funny, Dutch.
Oh, I thought so. So, here we are in a strange land of papists and rapists. America's very own Gomorrah.
Yeah, cities all look the same to me. So, how you get on?
I've been asking around about Mr. Bronte, and from what I've heard, this establishment is our best lead, but I haven't had any joy in there so far.
So, I should just give it a shot?
I think so. Just keep it cool.
You know me?
I'll meet you back here anon.
Funny you should say that.
Well, you know how it is. I told him. I said, that's the state of Lemoyne for you. America's dirty little French seat over here.
That's why we love it.
Born and raised.
Well,
I'll get you in a second.
not unless we all get washed away.
Every year they say that's gonna happen. It ain't happened yet. Let me tell you something. The rest of the states, they lucky to have us. If it wasn't for us, they'd probably run back to Britain with the tails between their legs at the first sign of trouble.
You got that right.
Now, how can I help? You look like a whiskey man. Sure. $1, please.
For a whiskey?
Oh, that's the real stuff. From Scotland.
Okay. Here, have one for yourself.
Well, thank you.
So, mister, can I ask you a question? You ever hear of a fella by the name of Bronte?
Who's asking?
Me. I'm asking.
No, leave it, friend.
What do you mean, leave it?
Look, I don't know what business you in, but leave it, friend. You and your pal that was in here before.
So that bartender is the guy we're going to be focusing on today, and he doesn't actually have a name, and this is the only mission in which he appears in, but he's kind of a little bit of a pip. He makes Arthur pay more for whiskey. In fact, this is the only saloon in the game where whiskey costs $1 and not the usual 50 cents. The bartender claims this is because the whiskey is the real stuff from Scotland. So he's a little bit of an interesting fellow, but he actually has a deeper and darker backstory that you might not have known about here. And some of these backstories can be heard from just standing at the bar and listening to conversations he will have with you, and others can be heard from around Saint Denis, in particular from the Saint Denis fence, who, if you actually visit him for a bit, he will have something very interesting to say. Now, I tried to stand around the fence for a good bit, and I wasn't able to get him to generate this line of dialogue, so the audio you're about to hear is coming from YouTuber The Strange Man. I'll leave a link to his channel in the description of this video. If you like Red Dead Redemption 2 stuff, you'll love his content. But the Saint Denis fence says this about the barkeeper at the Bastille Saloon. Take a listen to this right here.
Well, hush, hush. The barman at La Bastille. Word is some of the women pay him to enjoy the charisma their sad, spoiled husbands forgot.
So he said the barman at La Bastille, word is that some of the women pay him to enjoy the charisma their sad, spoiled husbands forgot. So just sort of reading between the lines there, I think we can figure out that this guy, the barkeeper, is a male prostitute. So how about that for a dark and creepy secret? The guy serving you drinks at the Bastille Saloon is a male prostitute, which is so bizarre. I mean, like, you wouldn't think he would do something like that. He seems like a nice enough guy. Now, this bartender actually turns out to be Robert Andrew Freeman. And the reason we know this is because his name is revealed on a certificate hanging on a wall in his saloon. And on multiple occasions, Lillian Powell, who we mentioned earlier in this video, she'll actually talk to Freeman, but will refer to him as Tom, which he will react to with annoyance. So this kind of makes me wonder, is Lillian Powell just going crazy and calling him Tom for no reason? That's not really close to the name Robert or Andrew. Or is Tom like the nickname he uses when he turns into a prostitute at night? Like, does he go by a different name so that it doesn't conflict with his business at the saloon? Just something interesting to think about right there. And I would say the only other interesting thing that our barkeeper does is he will tell you some interesting stories, like this conversation that he'll have with Arthur, and there's probably many more. He actually describes a talk he had with Dutch and how Dutch said he's going to take over Saint Denis. Take a listen to this right here.
You know where to find me if you change your mind.
I had a fella come in here the other day. Hair slicked back, big gold watch in his pocket. Said he made his money out in roads.
You know
and
I don't
now he's
charge
come
for
here to
talking,
take
right?
over.
That's how it goes.
So how about that? Robert Andrew Freeman, the Saint Denis barkeeper, has a very creepy secret that you probably didn't end up knowing about. His appearance also changes from 1899 to 1907. He gets a little bit more gray hair and ends up growing a mustache as well. So by 1907, he's still the barkeeper. He's probably still a male prostitute if that thing is still going for him. But again, a creepy secret you might not have known about here in Red Dead Redemption 2. But of course, I'd love to hear from you guys in those comments down below. What do you think of this dark and creepy secret? Did you know about it? Did you not know about it? Let me know what you guys are thinking in those comments down below. I'd love to hear from you guys down there. If you guys did go on to enjoy this video, though, a like rating would, of course, be awesome. And be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new, or you want to stay up to date on all the latest GTA and Red Dead Redemption videos that I'm doing here on my channel. And be sure to ring that notification bell as well. Sometimes YouTube just doesn't work, and if you ring that bell, you'll always be guaranteed to be notified when new videos arrive. But of course, as always, guys, thank you all so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.